Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Mandy. Welcome to my channel all about cross stitch. Today is Friday, February 7th, 2025. My pronouns are she, her, and we are here to talk about some cross stitch. It's been a couple weeks since my last filming. I seem to be on this really good schedule that's working out pretty well for me, I think, of filming every other Friday. I feel like I've got a decent amount of stuff to share, so yeah, we're on my lunch break, so as much as I've got a bunch to share, I'm gonna have to not talk as too much, I guess. I hope everyone has had a good couple of weeks. Hope you're getting lots of stitching time in. It's definitely been a wild couple of weeks. Seems like every day we turn around, there's just something else wild going on. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm leaning into my stitching to stitch in whether it's confusion or rage or using it as a time to escape. I don't know. Carolyn, my calendar this month is a lyric from Salt and Peppa. I want to say push it. It doesn't specify, but I know when I put that up, I sang the entire lyric, and no, I'm not going to do it this time. But yeah, Salt and Peppa this time. Yeah. I feel like I've got it all today. I've got a finish. I've got a picture of a finish. I've got a new start. I've got whips. I've got haul. We've got it all. The first thing I'm going to share, just because it's right here, technically it's haul, but I didn't have to actually purchase it. I have talked in previous videos this month, or well, I guess it was January, but Stitch is So Beautiful on the Facebook business page. So not their Facebook group, I guess. I don't think I'm even in a Facebook group for Stitch is So Beautiful, but they've got a business page that each month they're running different challenges. I guess they've retermed them as SALs, so Stitch Along. Basically for the month of January, had to, and I know it's going the same for February, but I'm not participating in that one. If you check in every week, showing progress on any of their charts, they gift you a chart in the end. So for the month of January, this is going to be a new start at some point this year, but I haven't determined when. I'm 99% sure I don't even have a piece of material that would fit this. But it's, I imagine they're, yeah. It's called Magical Forest Lights. I don't know. But it is so pretty. I didn't look close enough at the pattern. I'm guessing that's just kind of a mock-up frame around it, so I'm assuming it's just the, like, what's inside the white. And I just realized that I have an ice machine going. I really hope that wasn't loud enough that it's picking up. But yeah, hopefully we won't hear it again. But that is that piece. So yeah, very pretty. Okay. The picture of a finish. I talked about having these last, I think I actually showed a partial whip in process going for it. Laura from Stitching by the Shore is hosting a artist trading card swap. The deadline to ship was this past Monday, so I got it shipped out on Monday, and I got 2 completed. For this particular theme, it was to stitch something about representing where you're from. So I live in the state of Michigan, and I came up with a couple of really cool Michigan items, and I've already sent them off, so that's why we gotta have a picture of them. They're both from magazines. I honestly didn't record exactly which magazines they came from. I know this specific one was a, like, World of Cross Stitch or something from I know both were from older magazines, so I'm not even sure what they were from. This one was an alphabet that was all, you know, the entire alphabet with cherries and the letter. I went with M for Michigan, and then I just found a freebie backstitch font that I stitched in Michigan. I had a piece of red cardstock. It was just kind of a piece of a scrap. And then I just added some coordinating, just some green washi tape, really thin washi tape, just to, I don't know. Didn't really have any ideas of what I wanted. What I intended to do with this piece was do like the fringed edges, but I put interfacing on the back of it before it dawned on me that I wanted to do that, and so by the way that I put the fringe, it wasn't going to work out size wise, so I just cut it out and around and then added it to a piece of red cardstock. And then this was so fun. I just stitched the little robin. That is our state bird. The piece that it came from was, there was like this whole big snowflake thing that you could add beads to and everything. I just stitched the bird, and then I found a piece of pretty, again, just some scrapbook paper that I attached to a cardstock. But I've got this really cool sticker book that's got some very odd and weird and fun stickers and such, but I happened to find one that had like this perfect little nest that I thought it looked cute, just tacking the bird as if he's sitting on the edge of his nest. So that was my artist trading cards. So appreciates Laura hosting all of that. I've really gotten a lot of enjoyment out of participating in those. I've got a couple things to share on this one piece of material, so now I gotta sneeze. This was a piece that I started in 2023, I believe, and I got it finished the other night. One stitching session and I got it finished. So it's like, why has it been holding out for so long? This is Gothic Luna Moth from Night Spirit Studio. Stitched on a piece of 18 count Bestitch Me in granite. Called for colors. It was just DMC 310 and then 2 different grays are in there. So basically I had like this portion to finish and then the chain. Nope, I had that one done. So it was this side over here. So literally I just finished stitching it in one day, you know, one evening worth of stitching, and we got it done. And then I promptly decided on, I think I started this on Sunday, that I needed a new start. It was a cold, wintry day. Sounds like I'm starting to tell a whole story, but I'm not. It was just a cold, wintry day, and something about this piece popped into my mind, like, hey, I didn't want to get that. I've had this pattern and stash that I bought I bought floss specifically for and just hadn't started it yet. You know, bug got in my mind and I decided to stitch it. I have not determined if I'm going to find a button for here or not. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. This is Gathering Snowflakes from Luminous Fiber Arts. It calls for some kind of fancy floss, Belle Soie silk. So I went with a Threadworks. I remember going to a local shop and I think I was just looking through to find what was pretty, kind of a thing. I've got 2 different skeins of that Threadworks, different colors, that I hope I picked out the right skein that I had in mind for this project, because they're both pretty similar, but if not, well, hopefully I have enough. So it is a, you can definitely tell right there, you can tell it's got some purple in it. It is Threadworks 1026, and the color name was Aqua Blue. I am stitching single stitches at a time. We started bottom up. Same piece of material. And so yeah, I started in the bottom corner, working my way up, and I'm loving how the floss is coming out. You can see that it's laying with some of that purple quite well. Like I said, I am doing single stitch at a time just to get the max benefit of the variegation. I am using 2 strands on 18 counts. It's thick, but, you know, by the time I get to a hole, it's already filled in, but I like it. Good coverage. There's the back of it. It's always fascinates me how it ends up looking. So yeah, that is a finish and a new start on the same piece of material. No clue how I'll finish them. Probably just a scrapbook journal or something. Who knows? So this week, I actually did a little bit of challenge stitching. So Laura has her I Spy challenge. I'm in Whip Warriors, which is a closed group, but they have an annual challenge. What was I doing for that one? Scavenger hunt. And then Semi-Sane Stitchers, which I believe that one's an open group, but they've got a year-long. This one, there was you had to set an idea type of thing by a certain date, so this particular challenge is closed now. But so basically there's 5 different goals you have to set, and for each goal you have to set 5 different projects or 5 different things. Like basically you're stitching 500 stitches per prompt, so 5 by 5 challenge basically. So I don't remember what all of the different categories that I chose. Full coverage page finish. So basically I want to get 5 full coverage pages finished in the year. I'm going for 25, so that's not going to be a problem. Double dipping all of my challenges here. 5 different designers. I want to finish 5 older whips, which is what this actually qualified for. I had just enough stitches to finish out that 500, which I did get done in one night. I know I selected 5 projects that have a cat, and then 5 new starts. So that's what this whole challenge with these were for. So I had to stitch in 500 stitches for a new start. So that's what this one was. A finish. And then this next piece is I'm using it as one of 5 different designers. And then for the I don't know why I'm going into all of this. For the scavenger hunt, I think it was an umbrella, which I had one, so you take your picture with the item. And then Laura's was rain, clouds, umbrella, something of that nature. So I pulled out from Cross Stitch for the Soul. I love this piece. I so adore this saying. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. I have everything done above the rainbow, or including the rainbow and up. And so then I've been filling in from there. I would so love to see this piece as a finish this year. So here we are. So this week, and this is a challenge that I'm still working on. I still have not reached the goal in stitch count. So I put in this little squiggly border around here, which I did have to change the color of this. It calls for a super, super light purple. It just blends in too much with my fabric. So I swapped out that color, and then I did the so I just pulled this out yesterday on my lunch. So definitely planning on putting more work into this. Hopefully, this makes really good lunch stitching and such. So we'll be working more on that. Back to that book. That was like nail on a chalkboard sound. So in this, that really pale purple is going to be, even in the picture, I can't really see it. So I'll probably be switching things up again. So like the little swirly doodads around is going to be that super pale purple. So I know it's pretty light on there, but I want it to at least still stand out. So I'm just using another purple that's used, like called for in the piece. I don't know if I'll switch it out with something different, but so that's like, it's called for in these little doodads, just, little highlight things. So I may just use it there because it's surrounded by other colors. But yeah, some of these little swirlies, I'll probably swap it out to something else. So yeah, I would definitely love to see this finished. I want to get this framed and on my wall somewhere. Although I'm kind of running out of wall space. Another challenge piece. This one I did get. There's stitches. Stitches. Can you say hi? You can see your face. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This is Stitches. So again, another challenge piece that I was doing for Laura's. It was something pink for the words. Scavenger hunts. Birds. I think I did it for birds. And then for, and then a different designer as well. So this is Bluebirds of Happiness from Cottage Garden. This is the Songbird Garden series, number 5. I had this as a New Year, New Start a couple of years ago, and whew, it's going to be lingering a while. Take a look at how pink this fabric is, and I'll show you something else in a minute. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count punch from Bestitch Me. Now, I looked at the tag, and this is why I'm specifying this. I looked at the tag, and it doesn't specify like if it was a club or not. I know a couple years ago, gosh, might have even been 2020, I had gotten one of Bestitch Me's boxes that they did, like the mystery boxes that they did a couple years ago, that had some really bright colors in it. So it might have been from that. It might have been a club piece. I'm not really sure, but you can definitely tell how pink it is. Why I'm getting at that, I'll say in a minute. What I worked on, I had to finish filling in a couple of these. Yeah, I finished filling in these flowers, and then I came back up over here and did all of that. Yes, that flower is missing the brown inner stitches. I've talked about that before. I picked this up, I don't know, sometime last year, and I looked at it, I'm like, why don't I have brown in there? I have no clue what I did. It calls for there to be brown stitches in there. I have no clue. I have no recollection of how that came to be. We're not unpicking it. I am using called for colors, not exactly flosses that I enjoy anymore, but I already had them. There's beautiful variegations, so we're just gonna suck it up and use them. But I'm telling you, these flowers, they're never ending. So in what I did in filling in these flowers and then this one color pink all the way around here was 500 stitches that I did in one single night. My needle was flying. But man, I just feel like those flowers are never ending. Reason why I mentioned about the whole fabric. I am going to go ahead and show the, maybe I should have given a warning. Bestitch Me Fabric Club. It's the same fabric name, but oh boy, are they sure different. This one is strong in the purple, strong in the modeling. It is very much a different shade of punch compared to that. So, this one definitely has purple in it. So, kind of the bottom portion, there's purple in it. You got my arm coming through there. Especially kind of down in here. There's purple in it, but definitely a huge switch in. It's maybe not that stark of modeling, but it's modeled. So I have no clue what I'm going to put on this, but I found it really different, really interesting how different of the pieces that came. So that was my fabric for the fabric club. Felt good to finally get some stitches added to this, but I like saving the birds on these till kind of the last thing, just because the birds are my favorite parts about the whole thing. I can't wait to get to the nest. I just know it's going to be a while. So, in no hurry to get that piece finished. I did not get these pictures preloaded. I've been showing these next two, my last two projects pretty regularly. This piece is my focus piece for the year, but the amount that I've stitched on it, you would question that it's a focus. I'll get to it. I've definitely been working on it the last couple nights anyway. So mini sea opal artwork from Elizabeth Welker, charted by Hayden. Like I said, this is my focus piece, but you know, other things are calling to me as well, I guess. 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full cross. I have reached the bottom of the page finally. This is page, excuse me, this is page 6 out of 25. No, 20 pages, I think. I'm on page 6. I'm at about 36% complete. Up until this morning, I was able to say that every like 10 by 10 block of this full page has some kind of stitches into it. I may have had to, maybe slightly off at this point because I had to frog some stitches this morning. I was stitching on my morning break and I was realizing something was off, so I kind of unpicked some stitches just to unpick. I had to pick out some stitches. I really was not in the mood to have to fudge around it, so it was easier. It was less than 20 stitches, 2 different colors. Excuse me. So it'll be easy to fix. But yeah, these colors. No wonder why they're my mom's favorite colors. Excuse me. I wish I had my water over here now. And the last whip to share, like I said, this was definitely something that was seen quite a bit in the month of January. This is Black Cat Stained Glass number 3. Artwork is by Ivy Cottage Home, I think is what it's called, from Stitches So Beautiful. I am, ooh, hello. I am just up in that corner. We've got an ear tip. I made a lot of progress on this piece though. We are going to see it off of the Q-snap. Another 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full cross. I had finished page 3. I'm working into page 4. I'm pretty sure I think I crossed into page 5. I don't remember. When I pick it back up again, it should be easy to like fill out this, be some confetti again, but it should be pretty easy to, you know, kind of finish out that page again. So this is the one that was really my January focus. I went from being at 4.2% to now being at 7.6% complete. This is my largest full coverage at the moment anyways. On the go. I've finished pieces bigger than this, but at the moment. I love that this piece is called Black Cat Stained Glass, but there is not a single stitch of DMC 310. It is all 939, 823, you know, those super, super dark blues, almost black. I like how you can see the ear though. And the window's coming in really well. This has been such a fun piece to stitch. The pages are so much smaller than a Heaven and Earth page. I feel like it has been a bit of a slog to get through that page 6 of Sea Opal. Just lots of confetti and all of that kind of stuff. So looking forward to getting that page stitched up. Hopefully here in the next week or so, maybe I can get that page finished. We're supposed to be getting some snow here in Michigan tonight, tomorrow, I guess 1 to 3, which isn't horrible. I know there's definitely areas that could be getting a lot more than that, but to me it sounds like a good excuse to stay home and stitch. So hopefully I can get some good progress made on that because I'm ready to get that page finished and moving on a little bit. Yeah, I still have my February stitch for Pride to do, but I haven't even started looking at the learning and everything. I got the drop, but haven't even started looking into, should probably figure out how to pronounce it. It's a Egyptian, again, we need to do learning. I know that I recognize the name, but I don't know how to say Egyptian title. I don't know what they are. Hatshepsut, I don't even know. We've got learning to do, obviously. That's really about my only plans. Stitch. That's really what I want to do. I got my, I don't remember, no, because I just finished it this last Monday. The Michelle Bendy model is all done. That is winging its way to the Pacific Northwest. Hopefully she'll get that in the next couple of days. I just got that in the mail yesterday, but I'm so excited for you guys to see that one. I did film a Flosstube extra, so once I know the information has gotten out, she mentioned to me that as soon as the email is sent out to shops, that I can go ahead and share it. So as soon as I know she's got that email sent out, I will definitely get that. My stomach's growling. Posted so that you can see it and maybe have a chance to pre-order it if it's something that you're interested in. I do have a little bit of haul. I waited to actually punch out for lunch. I am such a creature of habit. I usually always take my breaks at 10:30, my lunches at 1 p.m. You know, while I'm scheduled 8 to 5 and it's structured in terms of time you can log in, time you gotta log off kind of thing, I can take my breaks and lunches whatever time that I want. But I'm usually such a creature of habit, I usually always go at 1. I knew something was out for delivery, so I waited. I was just about ready to say, you know, I'll go ahead and get started on my video, just what's out for delivery. I'll just share it in a couple weeks. Before I could even log off from my desk, mailman came in and he delivered my package, and so I was able to get it opened up before I started filming. I had pre-ordered this. It wasn't on a whim. Mystery piece that was being sold. A whole kit and everything that I got from Forbidden Fiber Co. And so it just came in today. It's Romeo and Juliet. I love it. I don't want to say I'm obsessed with it, that is by all means not a thing. But since, like, gosh, it would have been high school, have had a thing for the story in terms of, like, in the 90s there was a Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes version that came out. I loved that movie. I was obsessed with that. Again, obsessed may be a stretch of the means, but I remember watching that movie quite a bit years ago, and I've been pulled to want to watch it again, and this has just made me even more so. So it's Romeo and Juliet, designed by Kelly King at Forbidden Fiber Co. I know that text is not showing up very well. I did Google it just to make sure, because the picture and the floss is a little difficult for me to read. Just I think I need to go get new glasses. But basically it's the opening prologue of two households, and that's why I'm having a hard time reading it. Something about indignity in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. It's really just the full opening of the, not full, but opening lines of the Shakespeare, you know, Romeo and Juliet. It's just so pretty. So like I said, I got the full kits. So it came with a needle minder. This project bag. Oh, I love this project bag. So it says, "For never was there a story more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo." And the zipper pull has my name all over it. My friend Crystal is gonna know exactly why. I'm a big Green Bay Packers fan, and those are their colors. I love these project bags from Forbidden Fiber Co. So got that. The fabric is vanilla cream. It's just it's Forbidden Fibers, but it's just basically an off-white. And then the floss. So we've got 3 each of purple and green. We've got julep, pesto, and grasshopper. And for the purples, we've got sugar plum, antique fuchsia, paler purple, and prophecy girl. That's almost the color of my shirt. Very deep purple. So that's exciting. Speaking of Forbidden Fiber Co., I sent the details to my sister, who's obsessed with dragons, and she and I both promptly ended up purchasing it. Forbidden Fiber Co. is doing an Empyrean sale, 4th wing. I finished Onyx Storm, and I actually meant to bring the book over and hold it up so I could actually show off the cover of it, and I forgot to grab it. Yeah, I finished Onyx Storm this week, and those books just blow me away. They're amazing. Definitely left a cliffhanger, as Rebecca is known to do, especially with that particular series. So beyond that, I'm not going to say anything, but it was amazing. So I'd seen somebody in Stitching by the Shores, Laura's Facebook group, that she got tagged. I'd seen something on Instagram about it, and I spied that. I'm like, oh. So I sent it to my sister. Like I said, she's a cross stitcher as well. And she's like, yeah, I could tell that it was not even consideration of hers as far as whether it was buy or not. It was a buy it now. So I need to watch my spending. I really got to get things under control, but I got talked into that. When I say I got talked into that, it was Mandy that was doing the talking. So that should be shipped, I want to say, middle of March? No, end of this month. That's what it was. I meant to tell Robin that too. It should be shipped out at the end of February, I think, with the drops coming April, I think. They did drop the first portion of it that we can kind of pre-stitch, and it is a pretty big quote known from the series that it's a dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without its dragon is dead. My voice cracked as I said that. I wasn't trying to be all dramatic. So we can stitch that. Again, I did buy the fabric and floss, so I'm gonna have to wait till that comes in before I can start, obviously. Little bit of haul. This was some Happy Mail all bundled together. Michelle needed to get me one more skein of floss for the model that I needed tiniest bit more for, but I still needed a little more. So it was good timing that she also had some other stuff for me to send my way. I won a giveaway from her channel a while ago, a couple videos ago. We got Quirky Quaker Octopus. So it was a little bit of a pass the stash, and she also included the what is that brand? Cottage Garden. Yeah. Look at how variegated that is. That looks amazing. So thank you to Michelle for that. I appreciate that. And then, I don't know, some time ago she had a de-stash for charity situation that I ended up buying. We got a project bag. Fall with the truck. This was made by Black Cat Stitchery. Apparently I need to invest in some of their bags because the zipper pulls I hear always have black cats on them. So, note from Michelle. That it also came with one of these little doodads. Wow. Needle thread bed thingy. And it also had a needle minder. So I need some Dr. Pepper, I know that much for sure. It's been a week. It was a morning with work that I was getting a little crabby, and I even said to my friend Chris at one point that maybe a Dr. Pepper will help the mood. Do you think I've gotten that yet? I did not crack one open yet. So my lunch is getting close to being over. This actually got done a little quicker than I thought it may, since I had so much to talk about. I probably just talked really fast. Yeah. I don't have anything else. We're just gonna drag this out now, apparently. Things are going good here, good as can be. Stitching, working. I would appreciate if we could get some more overtime hours. We haven't had any offered lately, so that just means more stitching time, because it means I'm getting away from my desk at 5 o'clock and moving to the couch. I work from home. And there were definitely some days that I was moving to the couch to read a book. But I definitely lingered reading through Onyx Storm. It absolutely grabbed me. I loved the story. I've seen some mixed reviews of people saying they hated it and this and that and the other thing, and I don't get some of... I get that books are not for everybody. Absolutely, I get that they're not written for everybody. But I've definitely seen some negative reviews that's like, I don't get it, but, you know, to each their own. Knowing it's going to be a while before the next book comes out, it wasn't something that I sat down and read cover to cover without, you know, stitching or anything. I could have. I don't know. I wasn't in a huge rush to want to get through it, so I'd, you know, read a few chapters. And so, I mean, it took me longer to read than, definitely longer than when I read Fourth Wing in 4 days. But I wanted to get it read before I saw any spoilers, and luckily I was able to do that. I don't know that I've even really seen anything that could be considered spoiler even since I finished reading it. It was an enjoyable read, but it'll probably have to have a reread before the next one comes out in a couple of years. But definitely, I love that world. I love the story, so it's been an enjoyable one. I'm just babbling at this point, so I'm gonna go. We're gonna go finish up my last little bit of work, and then we're probably just gonna have a stitching night. I'm not in the mood to do much. Maybe I can find a frozen pizza or something in the oven so that I don't have to go out anywhere. I'm really honestly not sure when it's supposed to start snowing or anything. It's just cold. I'm over it all. And apparently, oh man, my stomach's growling. What's the groundhog's name? Puxatawny. I don't even know how to pronounce it. There's too many syllables at the moment. Saw a shadow, so it's gonna be another, 6 weeks of winter, but it's Michigan. We could see snow in April. Funny story, when I was a kid, so this would have been in the 90s, I went camping Memorial Weekend, which is at the end of May. And I clearly, to this day, remember it snowing in May in Michigan while camping in a tent. We were camping with some family friends and this boy who's a couple years younger than me at the time. I haven't seen him in years. He layered up so much in the funniest way possible that it was, jeans with the sweatpants over the jeans with the shorts over the jeans, like, reverse layering. It was hilarious. But yes, it snowed in May in Michigan. So the whole groundhog thing, I know, it's just a gimmick, but it also means it's cold. What I'm so looking forward to, again, I mentioned I'm working from home. I have a patio door right here where all this light is coming in. So one of my absolute favorite things about working from home is on the beautiful days here in Michigan that I can have that door wide open without having the furnace running, without having AC, maybe having a fan or something. But where I've got that fresh air, obviously fresh daylight and everything. Whereas, working in an office space, you get that recycled air. But I love being able to have that sliding door open, fresh air. All right, we're gonna go. I will be back in a couple weeks. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're stitching. Stitch what brings you joy. We'll see you again soon.